Hi kids, I'm reading from Daniel chapter 3 right now, and there's an incredible story here that I want to tell you all about. Let's read it together. Daniel chapter 3 verse 1 says this: King Nebuchadnezzar made a gold statue, 90 feet tall and 9 feet wide. That's enormous. I want to show you just how big that is. Let's look. Well, just how enormous is 90 feet? And what would it have been like to have stood before such an enormous statue? Well, one way we can understand that is by comparing one thing to another. So on this page, I'm going to compare the height of Pastor Prince to the height of this statue. Well, Pastor Prince wishes that he was 6 feet tall, like Pastor John. And on this page, if we made Pastor Prince 1 centimeter and said that 1 centimeter represents 6 feet, then Pastor Prince, here preaching, would look like this. The statue compared to a 1 centimeter Pastor Prince would be this tall. All the way up here. This is how tall a statue of that size would have been. And a very large left foot. What a difference. Well, the story in Daniel chapter 3 goes on to say that Nebuchadnezzar, he said that everyone had to bow down to that 90-foot statue. And he said this: "People of all races and nations and languages, listen to the king's command. When you hear the sound of," now there are 6 instruments mentioned: the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, and the pipes. Bow to the ground to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's gold statue. Well, we've seen how high a 90-foot statue is, but what about those instruments? What are they like? Well, let's look at these 6 instruments, and I'm going to see if I can play them for you so you know what they sounded like. The first one was a horn, and I happen to have a horn right here. And this horn would have sounded something like, let's see if I can play it. A little sound there. The next instrument was the flute. Let's see if I can make a sound out of this. The next instrument is the zither. Well, this is a guitar. I don't have a zither with me, but a guitar is very similar to what a zither is like. And the zither might have sounded something like this. It would have been played like this. The next instrument was the lyre. Well, I don't have a lyre or anything like a lyre, but I think I can make one out of something like this. All right, let's make one here. Okay, I've finished making this 3-stringed lyre here. Now this is what the lyre, a handheld harp, would have sounded like. You ready? The next instrument is the harp. Well, we don't have a harp, but we do have the insides of this old piano, and it looks a lot like what a harp is like. And so here's what a harp sounds like. Well, the final instrument is the pipes. And I happen to have here, kids, an actual set of bagpipes, okay? Now, I don't know how I'm going to get a sound out of these, but this is what the bagpipes sounded like.